Hello, everybody. It is me, Guy, back to give you news and more. Today we'll be discussing about Doctor Yu. We will talk about why should you get the character, what are her moves, recent patch notes connect to her, and exclusive items off patch. When other characters, including her, were patched and increased in damage. Now, let's discuss on why we should get the character. Now, at a low price of 59 cents, you can easily get the character and enjoy a rocket launcher as her main weapon. As her W1 attack, of course, as I discussed, it is a rocket launcher. You're able to perform decent amount of damage on first hit. It is spammable, but I advise not doing that because it'll cause a lot of anger. So don't do that, please. And then we have her rocket fake, which is S, J, or whatever your attack button. J usually considered the W1 attack on keyboard, but if you are on any other devices such as your mouse and possibly controller, depending on however you play, I figured out how to do that, but that'll be on a different video where we're talking about Dr. Yu. So let me get back to that. Now we are on the Tornado Bazooka. Tornado Bazooka is your W2 attack. Basically what Dr. Yu does is she spins around her rocket launcher and basically hits you. Tornado Bazooka can cancel the rocket blast right after you hit. Now, that leads to decent combo chains and attack potential, which increases damage throughout attack, and I say that's pretty good. Now let's also consider about your Thunder Bazooka. Thunder Bazooka is basically when you jump into the air and she slams the rocket launcher down onto the opponent. Now there is a new tech where you can use that while doing a short hop, which is pretty useful, especially when you're fighting any character that just really likes to stay on the ground or really just annoying to deal with in the air in general. So if you want to do like a short hop to get to them, you can easily just bonk them on the top of the head. A short hop is where you use your jump input key and your down input key at the same time. Now you can interpret that with an attack move by using a specific attack, such as the Thunder Bazooka. You can perform a short hop slam, and with using mouse, you can determine whichever way you want to hit. Basically, it is pretty overpowered if you are on mouse, but you can still do it perfectly fine on keyboard. Just mouse has always been probably the better version because you can actually aim with the attacks. Now, since we are still discussing her moveset, we also have her unblockable move, Human Bomb. Human Bomb basically just grabs the character and kicks them to the other side. That could lead to also more combo potential because what you can do after that is either dash towards them and then do the short hop Thunder Bazooka, or perform just the Thunder Bazooka in general. I would say performing the short hop Thunder Bazooka after the kick is probably going to be the hardest due to the cooldown and also also like doing the actual short hop afterwards, because it's a lot of inputs and you have to determine it like the perfect timing in order to do that. Me personally, I am still learning, so it's gonna be a little while until I can actually do it myself perfectly. Now, she also has a special ability, which everyone will now know. Everyone knows of the special ability, Healing Box. Basically gives your character just a floating box that heals. Anyone can steal it, except for if you're in TDM. In TDM, only you can have it or the enemy. Your teammates can't have it, for it would be too overpowered, and it would make TDM really bad. Hence why they were taken out in one of the patches. I have here the patch notes currently. I can give you exactly why. I'll give you exactly the patch. In 1.30, TDM, they announced that Dr. Yu's rockets in long range will no longer have hit stun and less damage. Dr. U officially got their new fake rocket move, which, if you are to spam the fake rocket move, it allows you to kind of float in the air for a little bit. Then also, because of the whole uh, like like the whole TDM thing where it could heal multiple allies, they decided to cut them out of that, and then they fixed it in the next patch I'll discuss. Also, the TDM colors were improved. Now on to the newer patch, which is 1.34. Wait, no, sorry, 1.3.3, where they fixed the stuns on the walls, which helped improve like the game and like allowed us to actually fight rather than be interrupted. Now some attacks can still go through, but it does no damage. Onwards back to Dr. U. Their healing box now comes down faster, less cooldown, heals more. Fake bazooka shot has less cooldown, which means literally almost instant. You can, like I said, you can just float in the air with it in order to do some tricks or something to trick the enemy, like a Zito. If they were planning to kick you, you can just spam that and then actually hit them with a rocket. Uh, the spin has better priority against melee attacks from the air. Basically, I'm assuming that means like when you're going to attack and a character comes to hit you, immediately it'll just hit them and it won't like affect you. It'll affect them. Now, at some cases, we will clash where like both of you get stunned, but that's fine. Smash works from higher, of course. You can choose your distance from how it works, like I was discussing earlier. The chance to grab, only holding down. Now with mouse, you can change the direction even if you're like blocking in a specific way, because you know how the SD, where SD has you blocking this way instead of blocking that way like it would, like usually you think it would be. But of course, in order to add more difficulty to blocking, they switched it around. But if you block in any direction, and if you have a cursor on like this direction, and you're like blocking in that direction, your grab will just grab in any way, which I thought was really cool when I figured that out. It was fun to do, especially when I first started maining her, and it was pretty cool. I remember I used to be one of the top ones when like before I stopped playing her, and the whole like update made it so much better. And even before that, I used to play her a lot. It was just really hard to do, but it's okay. Bazooka in the air allow move forward or backward less. Basically, I'm assuming that just like I think it's like the regular attack. Your J attack, you actually have more movement in the air. You can actually move well, and you can't move back less or something. Bonus bazooka damage. Basically, if the person is in the air, um, and you hit them with the bazooka, like the rocket, of course, not the actual bazooka. You don't throw the bazooka, of course. But if you hit them with the actual missile, it'll cause the person to have more damage. I think like it gives like a half of the original damage more, like a point 0.5 extra, I think. Which that damage is possible to rival against Big B. Like his damage is really, really good. Like he can just sit on you and you already are half health, which I think is kind of broken. Of course, that's the end of the Doctor U patches, and that, of course, and like considering with all of that, I'd say it was really cool. I had really appreciated that the dev actually started to care more about Doctor U, because less people started playing with her. Now, I do want to talk about Doctor U before the update. Before the update, she was so much more slow. Her attack speed, her attack potential, it was horrible. But and you know, before I get into the butts, the original like character was really hard to use and also didn't have a lot of good skins. All like literally all it had was just a regular variant of it. Like it had okay, so you have your regular skin, which is the white suit, right? And then it just the rare one was literally the same thing, just with a rainbow outline, which kind of made us angry because it just didn't look right, and it personally I didn't like that. But when they were originally $4, it was not a lot of people had them. Only a few people, including me, had them, and it was annoying, and no one really cared about it, and anyone who had it clearly was just annoying. Like clearly everyone just was annoyed by people having it if they even bought it, and it would go like out of their way saying, "Oh, you spend money on this kind of game." I was like, okay, so, but I say that's fine. Spend money on a game you'd like, and if you did spend money back then, it was worth it because now with the new update, you got 7,000 coins and a exclusive promo skin to promote the character and the whole like update for her that happened. Now in the patch notes, it did state that there would be two, but that was a lie. It was all a misclick, and they mistyped it and everything, and it was all messed up. But it was all fixed and everything's fine. It does still say that in the patch notes, but there's not really much we can do about that. Just know it's only one skin. And I guess that's about it. That's Doctor U, their attacks, their potential. Their combo chains are pretty good. You should definitely learn them whenever you get the character. And I'd say have fun with her if you ever get the chance to have the character. And that'll be the end of this Bandit episode. I will see you all next time. And in next video, we'll be discussing about Hunt and why was he added to the game? What's the point of that? It's really just Dante, but the original. It kind of feels unoriginal. Till next time. See you, my fellow Bandit players. Peace.